This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today I am doing something because I was looking at games that I was going through all my games and I was kind of figuring out, oh geez, this was really good, this was really good. They need to reprint this. And I thought to myself, what are the top 5 games that I would like to see reprinted? Now, these are my personal favorites, and I would really like to see these reprinted. Even though I have a couple of the originals, I'd like to see a modernized edition. A copy of it, but with better quality things. And this could easily have been number 1. But at number 5, because everybody would think it would be number 1, is Warhammer Quest 95. I would love to see, they were able to do the old world recently at Games Workshop. I would love to just see a reprint of this. I know it'll never happen, and it's a pipe dream. That's why it's so low on this list. But to see that reprinted and have a nice new box and all new miniatures, especially with the more modern miniatures that they've been able to do that are just absolutely fantastic. Even though the old ones are just really historic and hold such favor there, I would love to see Warhammer Quest 95 reprinted. So that's why it sits at number 5. And number 4 is an all-time classic. I don't think we would have Descent without it, or even Doom, and that is Gears of War. I have the original up there, but boy, I would like to see more modern miniatures with it, some more different tiles and stuff like that, and maybe just expand upon it a little bit, but stay true to the original. It is one of the founding games that really have set the bar. I mean, when you really think about it, this is a game that is absolutely historic. Without it, you don't have Doom, not Doom, Doom, or Descent, and you know how those turned out. They turned out, they're a couple of the most classic and most beloved games of all time. So I would love to see a reprint of Gears of War. At number 3, this is just a personal favorite of mine. I have so much of it. I would love to see a modern spin on this, and that's Silent Death. Silent Death, along with Full Thrust, are 2 of my favorite space battle games. And I love space battle games. One of my favorite things to play. I absolutely love it. But with Silent Death, you are on a fighter level, and we always used to just have all kinds of asteroids floating around, trying to fight each other, trying to run different missions and stuff like that, upgrade our pilots and things like that. Just a great game. You could still find it online, but I would love an updated box set. I just really think that this would really stand out, and it's a classic game from the company Iron Crown, which made some of the best games that you'll ever play, including the Lord of the Rings card game that people kind of is very underrated, and people, if you can get your hands on it, it's really beautiful and plays really well. And they just went through a string where they were just making some of the best games out there. At number 2, Avalon Hill, How We Miss You So. And I don't mean the Hasbro Avalon Hill. I mean the old school Avalon Hill bookcase games. And one game that I always think that I wish the GMT would grab and redo because it's so historic. For some people, they may consider it kind of simple, but I think sometimes you need that a little bit. I think you need that little bit of simplicity. Not that it was a very simple game, but it was such a beloved game. And I think if you're trying to get younger kids into war games, this is the perfect game to start off with, and that's Panzer Blitz. Panzer Blitz, one of my all-time favorites. I would love to see a remake of it. I mean, you can get it fairly cheap on eBay, but just to see updated maps, updated shits, just the same, 10 scenarios, just old school feel to it, and just upgrade it a little bit, put it in the bookcase or the GMT format, which always works. Their quality is ridiculous, and to see it printed in the GMT quality would just be something that I would just consider very, very glorious, if anything at all. And then finally at number 1, this is getting a reprint. And this is one that I'm really looking forward to because it's one of my favorite games of all time from my great, great friend, Richard Launius. This is long overdue, Defenders of the Realm. Defenders of the Realm, back in the day, was such a historic game because it did so many things and it opened so many doors for different things. The one, you're a group and you were just getting swarmed from different positions. You draw a card and, you start populating things, and every time you start picking things off, there's more things that are coming. That almost kind of tower defense feel. Just a simple, easy to learn game, but very hard to master. And it needs very badly a reskin, and Richard is currently working on it. But it is one of the most anticipated games for me as well to be reskinned and reprinted. And it's one that when it goes to Kickstarter, I hope you all support it because it's going to be absolutely glorious. And to have that redone is a classic, even though I never get rid of the original because it is so great. So there you have it, my top 5 games that I would like to see reprinted and redone to kind of reflect modern times. All great games, and if you haven't played them, and if you can find them, you should pick them up. I highly, highly suggest each and every one of these. Until next time, my dear friends, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.